Good morning. So, what we are going to do is to understand what's the goal we are achieving. Okay, first thing we need to have that. We've gone a lot of theory, we have understood many of the concept. I think it should be clear now, but then we need to put that into practice. So, what's the end goal of whatever we are trying to do is that the six senses shouldn't interact with the sixth sense space. That's the objective with which we are doing all of this. Now, Nibbana in one of the sutta is when the senses are there, sense objects are not there. So there is an experiencer, but there's nothing to be experienced. So that's what we are trying to achieve. So again, I repeat, what are we trying to achieve is that the senses remain, but the senses uh, but the senses no longer have a sway, doesn't get pulled over, doesn't get muddled up with the sense objects. Senses are there. Sense objects are not going to pull the senses. Meaning, if you take an experienced and experienced, the experiencer is always there, but there is nothing to be experienced. And that state, when you are having an experiencer but no thing to experience, that is no object to experience, is Nibbana. If I want to say I want to be Nibbana, I'm creating an object, a Nibbana object, Aramana. If I do that, again the same problem. I'm here, it is there. I want to meet it, which will never going to happen. Why? Because the consciousness is like a mirror. It just reflects. You can't experience whatever is happening there. Like I cannot experience what is happening on the screen. I cannot change it. I cannot do anything with that. The way it is. And when the body moves away, this person, so called person, also moves away. And nothing we can do. Okay. So, with that understanding, the Maharahulavada Sutta gives you that experience through removing of Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa on one side, the other attributes on the other side, other attributes as in what we were talking about, Ajjatta, Bahidda, Polarika, Sukuma, Hina, Panita, and then Dure, Santike. These are the attributes what we can talk about in three time zones: Atita, Anagata, Pachupanna. Okay, getting rid of that, getting rid of that approach is what is Nibbana. So you don't have any one of those attributes in the three time duration of Atita, Anagata, Pachupanna. And Maharahulavada Sutta is a very great sutta to observe whether I'm not a Sotapanna. If I am not a Sotapanna, nothing will be understood out of that. So it is very clear. It's out. If I am understanding the sutta, it means I am a Sotapanna. And then we come into the Sakadagami state. In Buddha Dhamma, there is no explicit mention of what a Sakadagami is going to be. It just says that he would have reduced the Abhijja and Vyapada. So there are only three things which Buddha talks about. One is a Sotapanna. Many suttas talk about Sotapanna. And many suttas talk about Anagami. And almost all the suttas are for Arhat. So if I am not even a Sotapanna. I read MN 62, Maharahulavada Sutta. I cannot understand anything what is said there. Forget the experience. I can't even understand what is being said. If I am part of this Sotapanna, then it's easy for me now to understand. This is the five aggregates I was grasping. Now you can work out. If you are Sakadagami, you know you're not possessing any one of those and calling it as an asset. So, Abhupadi Patinisaggo. So, you have given up. So, then the next step is to remove the Tanha, which is also for Anagami and Arhat. So, the Tanha is created for Abhijja and Vyapada. Now, those two are going off, then the person is Arhat. So, Tanhakhayo Virago Nirodho Nibbana. Where is the Tanha? It's in the six senses, six sense bases, six sense field, Ayatana. That's where the Tanha is. Not in the senses, in the sense field. Sense field has a perception. So we have also covered about lot about perception. Okay, so that we know, we should know by now. Perception is closely related to consciousness, as same as the Vedana is very closely related to consciousness. So in the Mahavedana Sutta, the question asked is that can you split up Vedana separated, Sanya separated, and then the Vijnana separated? The answer is no. They are samsatta, they are not nisatta. That means you cannot divide it and say this is what was the feeling, or this is what was the perception, and this is what is consciousness. In the conscious experience comes the feeling and perception. So then the question comes, if that is true, how can somebody achieve Sanya Vedeta Nirodha? That becomes an intellectual way of seeing it. One cannot experience that till he reaches state of Anagami. Because without Abhijja and Vyapada, or with Abhijja and Vyapada, little bit or whatever it is, one cannot know that a state can exist where perception is there, there is no perceiver. Feeling is there, there is no feeler. There's nothing to feel and there's nothing to perceive. Which then brings to a beautiful experience, which is total animitta, apanihita, shunyata, signless, desireless, void. So with this, let's start the practice. So what's the practice? Practice is Sila Samadhi Panya. Now in Sila, that means I shouldn't be breaking the Sila at all. If I want to go to Anagami state, I cannot break a single Sila throughout the day, night, whatever it is. Now I'm breaking here, there, here, there. To that extent, my experience also will be here, there, here, there. But they both are interlinked. Okay. Now, question asked is that how do I establish this? There are two approaches what Buddha talks about. One approach is the sampajanya, an observer effect that somebody is observing. That observer effect helps you a lot, me to you or to everyone. Is that somebody is just observing you, everything you do. There's nothing you can do without not letting him know that you are doing it. That increases sati. So where it is written. You go through the Jina Panjara Sutta. You create a panjara. Panjara means a cage, or you create something like you put a boundary wall. where nothing can come and graze. There's no grazing ground. So the first thing I need to do is to establish the sila. So the 5 sila, let's say, or 8 sila, depends on me. So let's say Panati Pata Veramani Sikkapadam Samadhiyami. The Sikkapada is two parts. One part is Pajanana, to know what should be known, or Sampajanya, and observe. You choose what you want. If you don't know what you want, or if you are not able to establish that, you apply Jina Panjara. You don't have to think, you don't have to really do anything about it. So, what is Jina Panjara you are supposed to do? Let's say I am establishing Panati Pata Veramani Sikkapadam Samadhiyami, and a mosquito is sitting, and I blast the mosquito out, killing it in a second. That means that sila has broken. Simple. Why it is broken is because I had an insecurity of what? That mosquito is going to bring me diseases. I didn't want to kill it for the heck of killing it, but I know that if I allow the mosquito, that mosquito is going to harm. And when it harms, the disease comes. And when the disease comes, I need to suffer. And with all of this is the problem. So now what I need to do is, I know with this discernment, or I know that with this comprehension, it's not going to work out. So I bring in Jina Panjara. So what he says is that you make this whole part of the head as Buddha. All the 28 Buddhas you establish in the head. Not imagination, visualizing that they are sitting on top of your head. Make these two eyes as a Dhamma eye, and make the entire body as Sangha. So when I make that, Sariputta is on the left side, Moggallana is on the right side, and then so is on the right side, and Aniruddha is on the center, then Kondanya is on the back side, and others like the Rahula, Ananda is on the left ear. Like that, he gives each one of them. That means they are guiding you. Ananda and Rahula are guiding you on the left side of the ear, and Kassapa, Mahanama, they are guiding you on the right side of the ear. Like that. If you practice, this is the practice that you first have to visualize that this is Buddha, this is Dhamma, whole body is Sangha. You don't have your body now. It's you are gifted to the Sangha. You don't have eyes now. You have gifted to Dhamma. And you don't have head. You have gifted to the Buddha. Rather, you have donated to Buddha. Now, in the Uposatta Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 3.70, the first one starts with Brahmopasatta. And he gives an example of cleansing the head, taking a head bath and putting some paste and cleaning the head. If you put Buddha here in this region and 5 arhats in this place, then there's no way you can do any mistake. So the first thing I need to do is to see whether I'm breaking precept or I'm not breaking precept. Okay, so that is a sati. So I know my sati is not strong. I 100% know. I don't have to go and ask someone, is my sati strong? Is my sati strong? No. That means in the sati, I have 2 sati, Michcha sati and Samma sati. Michcha sati will take into the Ayoniso manasikara, and this will take me to the Yoniso manasikara. So now I know that my mind, what I call chitta, has these defilements. So the sati is not strong. I 100% know it is not strong. When I know that it is not strong, there's no point in believing that it would be strong for the whole day. So, first practice is you visualize Buddha on the head. Dhamma tavalochane is two eyes, then body. This will create necessary condition for a person who is not even a sotapanna to become sotapanna. Why? Because it creates faith. He is gifted, donated the head to the Buddha, eyes to the Dhamma, the Sangha. Now, having done that, meaning the beginning, I should have savittakka savichara. So what I have done first is that namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa I have recited, and having recited, I am investigating on that why am I going on the refuge of the Buddha is because freeing from the top. Aganya Sutta talks about from the top. So let's say we all started from Abhasara realm. We have come down. The last portion is the human. Beyond it, it goes into the apayas. So the Buddha has taught how to skip the apayas forever. So for that reason, I am going in refuge of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So now the same thing, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Clear? So now I do the iti piso bhagava, that all that qualities. So I'll investigate. So that whole thing will take me, if I were to meditate, will take me not less than an hour. Or it should not take you less than an hour on a regular basis. It is a ritual to cut the ritual. So till the mind get established, you need to have this ritual. Once the mind get established, you don't have to necessarily do it like a ritual. So then the sila batta paramasa is not required. But this is required till the mind is convinced that this route is better than the other route. So the Dveda Vitakka Sutta is also good help for us to see two kinds of thought. One thought of going towards wrong side, another thought coming to the right side. Drop the wrong side, take the right side, and then you are there. Improper and proper. Now with that strategy in place, if I work for 1 day, 2 day, 5 days, 7 day, whatever number of days, I will come to know within a week's time that my mind now does not break the sila. Before breaking, I will come to know that this sila would be broken. So the vachi sankhara, kaya sankhara, mano sankharas are not having the akusala dhamma, that is immoral thing. Dhamma is the thing, object, which enables it to break the sila. So no sila breaking. If there is no sila breaking, then I can proceed further. If there is sila breaking, then I have to use another sutta, which is Duccharya Vipaka Sutta. That is, along with the Jina Panjara, I need to take this sutta. Why? It talks about the perils, the danger of breaking the sila. So now I keep on reflecting. Now the question comes, should I do for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours? This is for the whole day till you go to bed. So 16 hours job into 7 days. Except for time for sleeping, where you can't do this thing fairly all the time. Now the question comes, now I'm working, I'm going to office, I'm doing things at house. There are people, and sometimes I need to lie, sometimes I need to do this, sometimes I need to do that, sometimes I need to speak harshly, sometimes I need to get involved with the worldly talks. And that's the reason Buddha says day life is very complicated. And that's the reason the person then goes anagarika. He leaves his agara is the house, anagara is homeless. It's your choice. If you want to experience senses not touching the sense objects and you want Nibbana, then this dukkha has to be taken. Otherwise, also there is dukkha, this is also dukkha. So, anenjabi sankhara is also dukkha, but that is a far better dukkha than this dukkha. Okay, so first step, the starting point, not the step, the starting point is why you are taking refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. That will give you savitakka savichara. Then you apply the 5 precepts or 8 precepts, whatever you want, and don't break it. And you have a fear of breaking it, take the Jina Panjara and the Duccharita Vipaka Sutta along with Dveda Vitakka Sutta. These 3 suttas, if you take, it's good enough. Then you will directly jump into Maharahulavada Sutta because that is what ultimately it brings you to. Okay, now I have started doing it. Now what should I do? Close the eyes, open the eyes, or do whatever? No, you do whatever you want. You want to close your eyes, you close your eyes. You want to watch the breath, watch the breath. You don't want to watch the breath, don't watch the breath. But don't break the sila. Okay. Now I'm not broken my sila today. So what next? What next? Come into the samadhi section. The samadhi section, first one is Indriya Samvara. Here again, you need to have your own strategy. Samvara. So you need to make it animitta, signless, and no description. How you do it? There are various ways, but it's all your experience that will work only with sila is good. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it. Now, I will explain to you what it is that when you're seeing, when you turn left and turn right, all the object in the left hand side will fall. And you know it has fallen. So the samvara is that don't take those objects because they are not there. So when I've turned to the right, left objects are not there. When I turn left, right objects are not there, which shows as soon as the consciousness departs from there, all objects will fall. So if I'm taking something as a person, that means there's a nama and rupa. Namakaya, rupakaya. The namakaya, I get a feeling this person is there, the perception this person is there. But when I see it's only a formal name just given for anything. And the form in the nama and rupa is just a nominal form only for name. So take an example. Now this object sitting here is 4 elements, no doubt, enclosed in a space 5. It has dhatu, which is quality. Without going into further details, the nama in the nama rupa is vilas. Why? It can't be said as hairs, body hair, all that. It is also covered in Vilinda Panha. questions to the King Milinda. This is what I can do if Sila is good. Okay. Should I be closed eyes? No. I can be watching like this. So the Nama and Rupa. The Nama portion is Vilas. The question in the consciousness, in the Yoniso Manasikara, can I get Vilas? As a form? Now the answer is here. That means Vilas is bald. Now where is Vilas then? Do I find baldness as Vilas or Vilas within baldness? No hairs. But Vilas had hairs. Come on, he was not born without hairs. But that is Atita. It's departed. That means you can't get Vilas. This experience, if it happens to you, then the remaining experience will happen. Atita, Anagata, Pachuppana, Jatta, Bahidha, all that will automatically happen. So you have to break somewhere. It's your choice where you want to break it and how you want to break it. But you will have to come to the dhatu. So the Indriya Samvara is two parts. One part is with consciousness being there, the object comes to be. With consciousness going off, the objects are not there. So Nama Rupa Samudayo, Vinyana Samudayo, Nama Rupa Nirodho, Vinyana Nirodho. So now I turn from left to the right. Objects in the left no longer exist. If somebody was standing on the left hand side and I have turned to the right and then that person has gone off and now the person is not there. Yes, few minutes ago he was there. Where? There. Where? Now you have to only refer to there. Atita. So consciousness not being there, the name and the objects also cannot be there. Like that, so sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thoughts. Okay. Now, if your sila, if my sila is unbroken, uncorrupted, not damaged, then I can wash the Indriya Samvara. So if my Samvara is good, that brings to Sampajanya. What is Sampajanya? Observer. You just keep on observing. There's nothing is there in you. It's just an observation. Observation of what? One experiencer. Second experienced. The mirror reflection. The rear view mirror experience. Simple as that. The most easiest. At the time of the Buddha, they didn't have this rear view mirror and a car and all that. Now you can really see this. It's a nice experience. The objects are there. It's so real. But you can't pick up even one of them. And that's a samvara. That you see that. There's nothing you can pick up from there. All experiences are either rupa or vedana or sanya or sankhara or vinyana. That's all. There's no other thing as an experience. Experience, not the experiencer. I'm talking about experience. The objects which are coming have a rupa, it has a vedana, it has a sanya, it has a sankhara, it has a vinyana. As soon as that object goes away, some other object comes, and that goes away, some other object comes, that goes away, some other object will come. But you are observing irrespective of what is coming. Same thing here. The body is going every day, going here, going there, sitting, standing, walking, talking, sleeping, lying down, lying up, this, that, going to one place, coming from that place. All that is happening like a rear view mirror. But as far as you are concerned, there's nothing there. But since you are taking those inputs, that is, you are whatever that EYEI, taking the input and storing it, thinking that I have taken that. And that is the problem. So if that is done, sampajanya, you will immediately get into contentment because now there is nothing to aspire. Or when you don't aspire, you should be contented. So what is contentment? Santosa. So what is santosa? Four requisites: food, shelter, clothing, medicine. That's it. If something is coming, okay, take it, use it, leave it. Not coming, not coming. But I'm not going high on getting it and I'm not going low in not getting it. This is the third one. The first one is Indriya Samvara. Second one is Sampajanya. Third one is this one. That is Santosa. Fourth one, working out on hindrance. So now we are talking about hindrance separated out of sila. They both are not the same. With sila established, you can come here. If sila not established, with a starting point. Now when I come to hindrance, the first hindrance is questionability. Keep on asking question. After this, what happens? After that, what happens? After this, what happens? After that, what happens? And lot of inquisitiveness, a lot of worries. Ah, where am I? This is there, that is there, that is other thing is there. In an instant, all that will be ended. Not that you have a doubt in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. It's this after being a Sotapanna I'm talking about, not below that. Okay. So now when that ends, that whole section ends, Visikicha, the remorseness, feeling remorse for everything or feeling disharmony or being guilt conscious will go away because there is no sila broken. So where is the question of getting into the disharmony of it? So this kukucha is not there. Remorse feeling. With Visikicha, remorse not being there, it cuts off the thina and mida permanently. There's nothing called thina, there's no mida. What it means is that you will not have mental sluggishness. I'll do this tomorrow. So procrastination, looking at I don't know whether it makes sense, and all that will go away, and the physical heaviness will also be not there. With thina mida going, now you can put virya. That is, sati is strong, saddha is already there. Now you can put virya. For removing of the abhijja and vyapada, you require to put in effort. Now I'm ready to put effort. Now when I put effort, samadhi is completely established. That I know that I don't have abhijja vyapada. Simple. That state of consciousness, when this is not there, is anagami. I don't have to go and ask someone, hey, tell me whether I am anagami or not. If in the chitta, it does not carry the redness and the yellowness itself, and then I am anagami. Or the chitta are carrying the qualities of anagami. A better way to put through Abhidhamma, all the chetasikas and chittas are carrying a blue color flame, no longer with red and with yellow. Yellow is heating up, which is raga, and the red is the dvesha. The colors are not there. Raga is not there. Raga is coloring. That coloring itself is removed. There's nothing to color. So if nothing is coloring, so there's nothing exciting. If nothing is exciting, it's always penetrating. So what is penetrating? That I can get into the Rupa Jhana, Arupa Jhanas quickly. Don't have to put in effort. Now what is Rupa Jhana? Savitaka Savichara, this piti, sukha ekagata, when totally established, will keep on cutting the gross and gross and gross and gross to an extent that you see all these rupa arising and passing away. So making you completely equanimous because it's not your rupa any longer. So you get into the fifth jhana, is infinite space. Why? But there is no rupa. But rupa is like a shadow in the arupa. So once that goes away, again you come back to the rupa. But now you have established a state where you can get into the jhana. Anyway, cutting the jhana aside, till here if we do it, meaning first sila, then coming into this samadhi, you literally will be following the track what is put in the Samannapala Sutta. And that helps you in experiencing what Buddha is saying to Rahula, that you should look at Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana in this way. And then discern the what is Pathavi, what is Apo, what is Tejo, what is Vayu, what is Akasha. And then considering, or rather visualizing, that you are like earth. Anybody can do anything, there's nothing happening. That is the Indriya Samvara actually in action. Earth is not getting worried about why a person is pissing here, why they're flushing there, why they're cleaning here, why they are dirtying here. Earth doesn't care. That means you will cut the loka. With Indriya Samvara, the loka is cut. That means you see, you hear, you taste, you touch, you smell. But the appropriate objectification is not there. And hence Samvara. And that becomes Samvara Sila. That means the Sila established in the Samvara itself. So I started with this Sila, it got culminated into the Samvara. Now it becomes Samvara Sila, which means I'm not going, no way I can break it. And hence, once I master the Indriya Samvara, Anagami is the result of it. Not that I do Anagami separately. It's just you reach there because you are not taking any objects. You are not collecting. Or I'm not collecting. I'm not a collector. Keep on collecting. Give this. No. Now with this, using the same Maharahulavada Sutta, I can work out on the higher fetters. Why? Because all the 5 hindrances are gone. Only Udacha remains to become an Arhat. The 4 hindrances are not there. The Nivarnas are not there. This is the practice we are trying to do through Maharahulavada Sutta. Sila, Samadhi, Padya. So, we've been talking about Sanya, all that. It is part of the Panya itself, actually. That is, the perceiver is there, there is nothing to be perceived. The feeler is there, but there is nothing to be felt. So, dhite dhite mattam, sute sute mattam, mute mute mattam, vinyate vinyate mattam means the perceiver and feeler doesn't see, that doesn't feel and perceive anything. The Vijnana doesn't go there and also be here, established here and established there. That's not there. What does that mean? I'll give a homely illustrations to make it the point. Now, this is the home. Perfect. My home. My is created there and here. So, whatever I call as manyana, that is considering as mine, ultimately brings into mine, is I am established here, that is established there, I need that here. Because home is a concept. Now I want that to be here because without that I can't stay. It's my home. Home is a home. No, this is my home. I'm not bothered about any home. I'm bothered about my home. Car is a car, but it's my car. Why? The consciousness is established in that car. Also at the same time as here. I'm here, it is there. So I need that here. Like that you can apply. My wife, my daughter, my son, my husband, my this, my country, all that. It's a reflection. So I want to cater, take those reflection as myself. And that's the reason it's anatta. You can't take any one of them. They are just concept. They are tuchya and they are asara. Why? It's just a form in a name. A car is a car. How do you manufacture a car? Take a steel, take some rubber, take this, take plastic, and then you make a car. But the registration number is in my name. And hence I possess the car. That is weird. I got married and hence I get the wife. Strange, right? How does marriage got to do with having a person staying with you? It's just a person staying with you. It's another 5 dhatu, one consciousness staying with you. What else is there? No. She's my wife. And that feeling is this reflection. So when I'm here, I need that here. So I'm coming into duality. The dual. I am also real as this reflection is real. So both are real. So I am here real, and that video or the camera thing which is coming on the screen is also real. Not able to realize that this itself is so unreal, and how can that be real? So can I now find vilas in that? No matter it is, this body is called vilas, but that body and that expression, that emotion, that whatever is happening on the camera cannot be called as me, not even the dream. But I think it is mine. This video is mine. So when I upload it on YouTube, am I not anxious to see how many people are viewing? Yes. Am I happy if somebody is being viewed? No. Why? Because it's mine. This video is mine. It's I who is speaking there. So I need this. As much I need this. At any point in time, only one can exist. Either that can exist and this can exist. But that is dependent. If that is dependent, how can it exist? It can't exist. In the same way, this frame is existing based upon the consciousness. If consciousness departs, this frame is of no use. So there's no existence independent of consciousness. And consciousness is also dependent on this. As long as Nama Rupa is there, so long the consciousness is going to make its home. But when the Nama Rupa itself is not there, where is the home? This Panya, you will get it in Samadhi. And Samadhi can be done in various ways. Sitting is also on Samadhi. Not sitting and being in all postures is the best Samadhi. That is what the Buddha teaching is all about. That you bring in Sampajanya and that's it. So the Indriya Samvara is happening at all the time. So you're guarding the sense doors. This overall is Maharahulavada Sutta in practice. So 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, that's not a question. The question is, am I breaking the seal? First fix the seal. Don't worry about Samadhi and Panya. First fix the seal. In VRI, especially, or in any retreat, in whichever retreat, like VRI, there are many retreats. The best advantage it can provide you is you are not breaking the seal. So for 10 days in a 10-day retreat, or a 20 days in a 20-day retreat, or 100 days in a 100-day retreat, you are not supposed to speak. So Vachi Sankhara has 4. Mosa, which brings in Musavada. Mosa means deceiving. That brings in Musavada. If Mosa is there, it brings in Pisunavacha. It's out of slander. If Mosa is there, I have to speak harshly. Parusavacha. If Mosa is there, then there is Sampapalapa. Nonsense talk. Now if they ask you, can't speak from day 1 to day 10. You can only speak to the assistant teachers, nobody else. Now the first thing I want to do to express, now I've cut that expression itself. Am I going to break the Vachi Sankhara? No. So the Musavada, Pisunavacha, Parusavacha, Sampapalapa is gone. Okay, excellent. Then, if I am eating only once or twice in a day, will Raga and Dvesha exist? No. So, can you kill any living beings? No. Can you steal anything? No. Can you do Kameshu Michachara? No. So, the 3 things in a using the body is not there. Now, Sura Mere Majjapamaddatthana is not there. That's the reason if Sati is there. For watching the breath, you require Sati. Developing Sati. And for watching the sensation appearing in the body and not doing anything about it and yet not sleeping, you require tremendous Sati. And for that, you require Virya. So, because the Sila is unbroken, when they go to VRI, they experience all that what is supposed to be experienced. It's a conditioned environment. It is Sankata. It's a Sankata Dhatu, not Asankata. But when I come out from VRI and I'm sitting at my home, now it is unconditioned. If I am let loose, all the defilements will start. Why? Because I have not established Sila. That was a conditioned Sila. But I have to create unconditioned Sila. That means I need to bring an observer. In VRI, somebody is observing me. Now, who is observing me here? Absolutely no one. So, the chara, go chara, it's going everywhere. Eyes will go where it wants to go, ear will go where it wants to go, nose will go where it wants to go, the tongue will go where it wants to go, the body will go where it wants to go, mind will go where it wants to go. So, all the 6 animals are let loose. Now, they can create havoc. Nothing can be done. So, I require Jina Panjara to establish Sila. Because now I have to go by Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then no longer I can sit in the VRI. And there I am inactive. I am not spending a single moment except for sitting and watching sensation. Here I am active. I am active on so many things. I am recording here. Now after some time I need to go to the office. Then there are a lot of issues. Then today, this morning, we have meetings. Then I have to finish that meetings. There are so many things going to happen. Then there is family problem. You have to sort the family problem. Then there is some other problem. All that you have to do. In VRI, I don't have to do any one of those. In fact, they make the mobile switched off. So that means nobody can contact you for 10 days. Or nobody can contact you for 20 days. Obviously, you can't compare that here. But we want it all the time. We can't just keep on going like on drug addict to VRI and then sitting there and again coming back and again going there and again coming back. That's not what it is. So the first thing I need to have is Sila. For Sila, I need to go through Duccharita Vipaka Sutta continuously. The danger of breaking the Sila with Jina Panjara. And then the mind gives up. Just like in VRI, it gives up. On the 4th day, it gives up. It gives up struggle. It starts accepting to it. Oh, this is how it is. And people run away in the 2nd day or 3rd day. If you have crossed 4th day, good. Now you can enjoy the ride. Within 4 days, a person runs away. In the same way, we need to bring it here. Exactly the same. Then you will see a marked difference. That your Indriya is now guarded. Samvara is happening. Once the Samvara happens, everything else just follows through. I don't have to do anything extraordinary. The ending of Indriya Samvara is Anagami stage. I can find out there is no abhijja, there is no vyapad. Somebody believes it, somebody doesn't believe it, somebody is accepting to it, somebody is not accepting to it. How does it matter? Because all objects are coming on the mirror and they're going away. I can't experience even one object here over here on the mirror or on this camera. What I can I take that what is there here like this, taking it like this? No. Can I take this person? No. Can I take that wall hanging? Nothing I can do. And that's the reality. It's just a reflection. So every person I'm seeing is just a reflection. There's no person there, it's just a reflection. There's absolutely nobody there. It's such a stress relief mind that it is just a reflection. No thing there. Finished. Now I am done. With what? Can be in this state forever. With whichever place, whatever place it is. Whether VRI or no VRI. Whether this or that. Because now I have understood the dhatus to what they are. I have understood the consciousness to what it is. So now there is no deceiving. So it cannot be anything other than Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vijnana. And it cannot be anything when we take Rupa. Even in the dream, if somebody says Atita Anagata Pachuppanna, I know it is just a time frame. Nothing else. The Rupa existing at that time, the Rupa existing now, and the Rupa going to exist in the future. But it's still Rupa. There's no me in that Rupa. It's just Rupa. And same with everyone. Whatever I call everyone is the same. That's Rupa. Now Vedana. I felt, yes, the feeling is created through what? Perception. And feeling and perception is created through what? Asa. Contact. If I contact with something, it's going to create a perception and a feeling. So perception feeds onto the feeling and feeling feeds onto the perception. So like that, and it goes in circles. Now I understand. Okay, so the sankharas, the preparation is to feel and perceive in a different way, which is foolishness. So through eyes, what am I doing? Chakku sanchetana on one side, Rupa sanchetana on the other side. That's so stupidity. I can't predict, I can't position, I can't do anything. What Rupa is coming there? It's just a Rupa coming there on the screen or on the camera or on the mirror or whatever I can take, any reflection surface. So the Hadayavattu is only reflection. It just comes and goes. So what is Sanchetana? Sanchetana is an intention, in willful intention that I need to see this. How stupid it is. So like that, it breaks. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So the wisdom what I get is 4. First one, the source of suffering. Because there is suffering. Of what? Sanchetana on two sides, the reflection and the reflector. I have no problem with reflector, at least it is throwing light. But I am having the other side, which is reflecting and taking that this is mine. That is stressful, dukkha. Because everybody is reflecting the same thing. There's nothing, not even one person, one animal, one bird, one insect I find is not reflecting that. All have consciousness. That means all are reflecting the same. Just like I'm reflecting, that is also reflecting. Gone. Tanha is what was making this happen. So now I don't have craving. It's gone. Third one. Second one is craving. Third one is removing the craving. A fourth one, the steps I have taken. Samadhikti. This is reflection. This is me. I have got nothing to do with the reflection. But that doesn't mean that there is me in that. No. As long as consciousness is there, this nama rupa is there. As long as the consciousness doesn't be in nama rupa, the consciousness itself is not there. So this experience in the experiencer cuts this experience. So instead of what was an illusory thing is now become disillusion, nibbida. So I am relieved of it, which is Nibbana. Now there is no boundary. There is nothing to be bound with. So vinyanam anidasanam anantam sabbato pabam can be experienced. It's now relieved of being here and being there. Doesn't get established. So where it is getting established? Here. The reflection. That's it. So that's the practice. For how many hours? Waking hours. On what? For sila. Then you get into samadhi. Samadhi is what? Like in the Maharahulavada Sutta, Atita Anagata Pachuppanna Ajjatta Bahida Polarika Sukuma Hina Panita Santike Dure. Now when you see this Rupa, you just ask this question, was it there in the past? That's the reason I told you take photographs. Now, just a reflection. You are watching all the reflection, but you are not the reflection. Simple. When a photograph is shown, you feel, but you are not the feeler. You've got nothing to do with that feeling. If that photograph were to be burnt in front of you, will you cry? Simple. But it's you, your photograph. A photograph of a 5-year-old. And they tear it into pieces. What will happen? Will you cry? Because you are matured enough to know that even though belong to you is not you. Now somebody tears this and throws it away. Will you cry? It doesn't matter. Why? As it is going. It doesn't need to be told that you are going. It's going, right? See, this hair didn't ask my permission. Shall I go? Right? Said, okay, good deal. Any questions? Any doubts? How to practice? What to practice? So yesterday, I and Ashutosh, we had a good time in the late afternoon. So he wanted to know how to do it. So it triggered me a lot of things. So I said, okay, I will practice with you for 1 week. So we have taken this. Whatever he does, I do. Okay, so there's nothing like sitting meditation. I told him, do whatever you want. You just put Buddha on your head. Dhamma tavalochane. These 2 eyes. Then this body, this whole thing up till the legs is Sangha. So now you donate your head to Buddha, the eyes to the Dhamma, and the body to the Sangha. And you see what happens. Your speed of development is so fast. So try it out for 7 days. So I and Ashutosh are doing for 7 days. Anybody is interested to join and join. No issues. Or you want to do what we are doing every day, we can do it. So that we don't have to meet in the afternoon or in the, so we have thought that 9 p.m. we are going to meet up just to check, just like in the office we check, right? Oh, how was the day? what did you finish and what is pending. So we are going to meet at 9 p.m. every day, 9 to 9:30. So whole day practice, we need to say what did I break. Started from yesterday afternoon. It ends on Thursday or Friday, let's say. One full week. We need to practice this and see. I know Anusha cannot join. It is in the bit too late in the night.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the overall. Just like in VRI, you have a framework. Day 1, you do this. Day 2, day 3, day 4, and then the 5 days Vipassana. So in the same way, we can create something like this as a framework. 7 days. Till your Indriya is somewhere, and you will come to know your Indriya is in somewhere. That much you will come to know. And once that is achieved, you don't have to do sitting meditation. You can just be anywhere. Doesn't matter. So they don't go and graze. Eyes don't go and graze. Ear don't go and graze. Tongue don't go and graze. It's more affordable, easily. Okay, so let's end for today then. If you don't have any questions, fine, all good, understood. Yeah, you normally would have asked questions by now. Strange. Okay.
Yeah.
This is practice, no? That's
Yeah.
So very simple. Final conclusion. Sila, in Sila, do two ways. One is Duccharita Vipaka Sutta, which will tell you what, if you don't do, what is going to happen. Like if you don't stop telling lies, what is going to happen. If you are not going to slander, what's going to happen. Like that. So you take that. That reflect. That increases sati. Okay. And sati creates sampajanya by automatic choice. Right. So you will stop doing what you are doing. Or I will stop doing what I am doing. Either knowingly or unknowingly, doesn't matter. So it is, I'll come to know. Then add Jinapanjara, because like the VRI environment, you have to create an environment wherever
yeah.
you go.
In VRI teacher is there. So now our in here Dina Panjara is the teacher.
Exactly.
He's watching you.
Yeah, he's watching you. So the Dhamma Tavalochana. So now you have to, your eyes cannot go anywhere. It's a Dhamma. You're gifted it Dhamma. Please remember, you're donated it to Dhamma.
But it's like don't if you forget, write down on the paper. But what if you forget where is the paper?
Right. Correct. So you
What if you forget Dina Panjara
so
itself?
you can forget Jinapanjara. So that shows how bad is your sati. If sati is bad, virya you cannot bring in.
This matches to that Chuladasa's check, check, check. So you have to check and bring back, check and bring back, check and
Yes.
bring back. The Jina Panjara.
Yes, you bring
So
it.
something has to be done repeatedly. You have to bring the remembrance back.
Yes, you have to remember. You have to be mindful. So now, if a sati is good, virya, you can straight away bring in the virya. Otherwise, it's a futile attempt to create virya. It just create energy, you get tired and you leave it. Not working.
And that's why this is not working, because sati is needed for sila is needed to develop sati. Sati is needed to develop sila.
Correct.
So this is chicken and egg problem.
Exactly. So we have to start with Sila and develop Sati simultaneously through someone. That someone can be VRI, but every day going to VRI is not possible.
Yeah.
So then you create through Jinapanjara.
And that's why what Goenka is saying is every day, morning and evening, you have to do 2 hours sitting meditation. That will bring sati, so that you can at least do some amount of sila.
Exactly. Otherwise, there is no Sila, you are going everywhere. And there's no point in doing like a ritual. Get up in the morning and then say, panati pata veramani sikkapada. That too very speed.
Yeah, that's why sitting meditation is also important.
Yes, it's important. I'm not denying it. So you need to create a strategy. If today you are finding very sleepy, don't do sleeping meditation. It will make you further sleep because already the virya is not there. Because sati is not there, virya cannot be there. So then what I should do? Walking. Don't sit. Don't do sitting meditation. Let's say, I'm doing this. If I sit, then again I get up. Oh, I'm supposed to be meditating. And again, and few minutes down the line, I sleep. Or I can go like this.
And ideally, if you do sitting meditation, it is a good opportunity to review the whole 24 days, 24-hour thing. Because when you are silent, completely silent, everything you did yesterday will pop up.
Yes.
Now you can review. Because yesterday I was angry on someone. At that time I couldn't do. But when I do sitting meditation, that memory will pop up. So at least now I can be mindful of the emotion which is coming.
Right. Agreed, Sachin. So, strategy one, feeling sleepy, don't do sleeping meditation. Feeling tired, do sitting meditation. Your body is tired. Oh, I had such a pain. Oh, bad. Then don't do sitting, don't do standing, don't do walking, don't do anything. Reciting is the best thing to do. What reciting? Jina Panjara or whatever it is, or reading a book, that is good. If you're feeling like this, then there's no point. Or if you start scratching the hairs, it shows lethargy. So, what has taken over is midha. And when midha takes over, nothing anybody can do except going through the jolly ride. Instead of that, you walk. You can't because the body is tired. Don't sleep. It's very painful. Now, what to reflect? Dukkha, dukkha. That's the best thing to reflect. In any posture, you will have dukkha, dukkha. You have to maintain. You'll come to see what a. You'll get disgusted. Jigucha. And once jigucha comes, at that moment, you get the virya. You brought it to get up. So now that yawning thing is gone, all of a sudden it just goes away because you brought in disgust. You have to question, what is this? Eating, sleeping, bathing, brushing, hitting, walking, going to office, coming back, salary, this, and nothing changes there. Absolutely the same old shit, SOS. Okay. Now I question that way. It makes mind feel jigucha, just disgust. Once you feel disgusted, dukkha is seen. You will see the other two dukkha which are its friends, sankhara dukkha and viparinama dukkha. Then you say, oh no, I don't want to take any more dukkha. Immediately you get that virya. Once virya comes, sati is established. The sati was sleeping because the virya was also sleeping. I will see tomorrow. Okay. Today you're broken, right? Okay. Enjoy. Hey, I just told one lie. That's okay, man. 100 lies there. So there are politicians who speak only lies. What is your problem? You sit. So you convince. Then it's okay. No, I don't think so. Buddha will mind if one lie is there.
Daily do that. At night, I convince myself to sleep rather than meditate.
Yeah. So you should make feel disgusted. Disgust is dukkha dukkha. You don't forget this. Dukkha brings it disgust. Because you're doing the same thing. Yesterday you woke up, today morning waking up, day after tomorrow morning waking up, that day after tomorrow morning waking up, hunting for food, hunting for water, hunting for shelter, hunting for clothing, hunting for medicine. Only hunting, 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 hunting. The remaining concepts are you're hunting for investment, you're hunting for this, you're hunting for a girl, you're hunting for marriage, you're blah. Basically, this much only. There's nothing else to this. So disgusting. Now you find the disgust, the energy will come. Disgust and energy are enemies. Feel disgusted, energy will come. So you bring in disgust. What is yesterday only I slept? Today I cannot sleep. Yesterday I was sitting on this chair. Again I have to sit on this chair. Come on. Now I have only four postures: either sit, stand, walk, sleep. Any other posture? Such a painful posture. You can't be sitting all the time, so you have to stand. You can't be standing all the time, again sit. You can't be sitting and standing, you get bored, so you have to walk. Now, after walking, you get tired, so you have to sleep. Now, again get up, again sit, again stand, again, again this, again that, again this, again that. Ah, come on, this is too much. Now the virya will come. Irrespective of sati was there or not, through disgust, virya comes. And virya comes, it brings in sati. It has its friend sati. It wakes up. Come on, get up. What the shit are you doing? Sati will say, okay, okay, come on, tell me. What next? Don't break the seal. Now you have put the armor. That is why it says Chinna Panjara. Armor of the deathless. One who has found deathless. You put on the armor. Now you have Buddha here, Dhamma here, Sangha here. One shot given by Sariputta on the left side and another shot given by Moggallana here. One punch given by Aniruddha from front and the one hit from the back from Kondanya. Finished. Done. Now you are walking straight. Yeah, Anusha, you can leave. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Sarvan Sarnai. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Once that comes, the sila is automatic. When the sila comes, samadhi is automatic. When samadhi is there, panya is automatic. So there's nothing that you need to do extra. No convincing. Bring in disgust. Dukkha dukkha sankhara dukkha viparinama dukkha. You're born with dukkha. You'll die with dukkha. Nothing you can do. And see, that's this posture. Again, you have to put the leg up, leg down. Are you happy with leg up? No. Are you happy with leg down? No. That's a dukkha dukkha. And keep on changing posture. Nothing you can do. Or you have to go to VRI where they'll say that, no changing posture. Sir, please, sir. 1 hour, no changing posture, and then after 1 hour, that the song will be heard. Anicca vata sankhara upadavaya dhammino upajitva nirujjanti te sanvupasamosko. Everybody will stretch for 2 minutes. Okay, come on, sit. Okay. Sir, it's paining. And you can't even talk. Nothing you can do. Now sit. Some people will be dozing like this. Then the assistant teacher will come. After some time. And that is dukkha dukkha. You can't maintain a posture. That is dukkha dukkha. And you see, Aryu, you have to buy a mat, you have to do this, you have to do that, create one space, create one object, so many things. It is dukkha dukkha. Right?
I'm a little confused. I thought that's Sankhara Dukkha. And I
No,
have to
no.
keep
First, you
doing.
have to do, you have to create sankharas for that, which is again a dukkha. And then you will not like it, which is viparinama dukkha.
Dukkha dukkha means feeling it.
Got
You,
it. Got it. Got it.
yeah. See, first of all, you have to maintain something. That is dukkha dukkha. Having
You mean
born, you have to maintain. Pardon?
the dissatisfaction driven me to do it is the dukkha
Yes,
dukkha.
yes. You will be dissatisfied in doing anything and you will not get anything out of it. Basically. That's dukkha dukkha. And then you keep on doing sankhara to make it
Happy.
happy. Including jhana is again a sankhara dukkha. And if it cannot get into jhana, is a viparinama dukkha.
To eat and to feel to enjoy the food, you have to suffer the pain of hunger.
Yes. First you have to become hungry, which is dukkha dukkha. Then you have to prepare the food, which is sankhara dukkha. And then you don't like the food, which is viparinama dukkha.
Yeah, yesterday this happened to me. This insight happened to me that there is a dukkha. That's why I'm feeling happy. Even if I'm enjoying something, there is a, I am enjoying because I am in suffer. I am suffering.
Yes. You are getting relief from the suffering. The vexation is removed and hence you feel pleasure.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that suffering behind this happiness.
So if you start taking like this, the virya will be there. And virya, whenever is there, will have sati.
Sankhar dukkha.
Okay. Anyway, good day to everyone and good night.